Hi, I'm Jeff Cooney, one of the pastors here at Christian Community Church, and sitting next to me is Luke Nadzo. Luke is getting baptized today, and honestly, Luke, there's probably a lot of people out there who are surprised to see you sitting here next to me. So why don't you let's start to tell your story. Tell us where things kind of began, and then we'll see what happens.
Well, I grew up in a Christian home when I used to live in Binghamton, New York, and, I knew what was right from wrong. And my parents, they've been on worship teams since I can remember. So I grew up knowing about worship and, the gifts that God gives you and to use your gifts towards Him. When I got into school at about 10th grade is when I really started to kind of drift away, when I started to hang out with people that were kind of influencing me with like drugs and pornography and sex and things like that.
So around the time you got involved with Drumline in 10th grade, anxiety started to become a big issue for you, and so that kind of dominated the next couple of years of your life. And so can you share with us a little bit about that and where that ended up?
Yeah, so after I left the Drumline, that's when I started experimenting with some of the drugs and the pornography, and that stuff kind of took over my life to a point where I started to have anxiety, and it got worse and worse over time, and it got so bad that I had to leave school, and I was kind of isolated in my house for a few years, and I couldn't even go out in public because I was just too nervous to go out in public. So I kept myself isolated in my house, and I had nothing else to do but just kept thinking about the sins, kept thinking about running to the pornography, running to the drugs, and running to the sex to try to make me feel good in my house because, I didn't have the Lord, so, I didn't really know what was like right from wrong. So I started to experience, panic attacks, and, it got to the point where, the ambulance had to come, the paramedics, and I've actually had to be rushed to the hospital because I would be at a point where I would have like 6 panic attacks in one day. So that's where, I really knew that, something had to change, and I needed to do it fast. Alright, so the next day I came home and, I called Pastor Dwayne because I wanted to talk to somebody who I have full trust in to tell my testimony to try to get as much help as I could. So he came the next day, and we were praying together, and I rededicated my life to the Lord, and I repented all my sins, and I just felt the anxiety just like completely go away, and I felt like a new person. So like if any of you out there are dealing with anxiety or depression or something, I encourage you just to talk to Pastor Dwayne, talk to somebody you trust, tell them your problems, and just repent and just tell the Lord all the problems that you're dealing with, and they'll just be lifted off your shoulder, and then you'll just feel that burden just kind of be lifted off of you, and then you'll just feel amazing.
So in 30 seconds as we wrap up, just tell everybody why you're here today and why getting baptized is so important to you.
Well, the main reason why I'm here today to get baptized is, I've been praying for a long time for the right time to get baptized. I wanted to do it when I was filled. I wanted to do it to show the congregation and to show my parents who have helped me so much through the struggle of the last couple years with this anxiety, but most important, to show the Lord that, I'm just giving all my sins and just repenting up to Him, and just to show Him how much I care, and to just live the rest of my life putting Him first, and to just live for Him.
You have an incredible story, really excited for you, and now we're going to walk you out live and baptize you, and then after the service everybody come up, grab Luke, give him a hug, and let's have a celebration.